Welcome back. It's day 24 of 50 days of trash. And this is one that I knew I needed to do, and I gotta be honest, I think I've been avoiding it, and it's not at all done. It's just kind of getting a start. So I had in my bathroom closet, I'm gonna lift this up so you can see, I had a little container where I was like storing stuff. And it has all kinds of stuff in there. Some of it's easy, some of it's not so easy. But let's go through it. All right, I have 2 bottles of sunscreen, and one expired in 2016, and one expired in 2018. And I know it probably seems like it's sunscreen. What do you have to worry about that for? But I do know people that have used expired sunscreen and it didn't coat right, it didn't work right, and they ended up with like splotchy sunburn all over them. And so it have expiration dates, and it's not like it was just last year. We're talking, 8 years and 6 years ago. So they get to go. They're gonna go. I'm probably going to see if I can get them to empty out. If I can get them to empty out, I will, and then I will recycle the plastic bottles if I can. And then we'll kind of go through all of this stuff. A lot of this, all right, so that's just an empty box. We can get rid of that. And let's see, these are some trash bags that are still, they're pretty new. Here is an old knee brace, and okay. But the thing is that it's been kind of wadded up in there. I could maybe keep it. I'm not sure if I could or not. But it's been kind of wadded up and it's kind of fragile, so I think probably it needs to go. And then I have like empty plastic bags that we can easily throw away. More empty plastic bags with twist ties, those are gone. A thing of cotton balls, and this is nearly a full thing of cotton balls. I think we could probably hang on to those in case we need them. A small thing of Kleenex, again, I can stick those in a car or something if I need them. And another plastic bag that can be probably recycled. Here's a plastic bag with some old Band-Aids in it. And we're just going to get rid of those too. We're gonna see, I think I can put these in there we go. All right, these are still good. These are still good. Trash, trash, more trash. These, what I'm going to do with these is, I have a whole bunch of like boxes of Band-Aids and things like that, and it's kind of funny because I tend to think that I'm out of them and I go and I buy more, so I have boxes of them sort of everywhere. And there doesn't appear to be any expiration date most of the time. I do know that sometimes I'll use older bandages and they don't stick right or all that stuff, but I'm gonna hang on to these, and probably what I'm gonna do is, I've got several more boxes like this that has different things, and I'll probably consolidate them mainly in one area. So I'll hang on to that. Here's another empty plastic bag to get rid of. Here is a plastic spray bottle I saved, and I'm going to keep this. I had vinegar and water in it. It's empty right now, but it's usable. So I have, this is like a first aid kit that I had, and it is not in good shape. I mean, I was looking at it, it has like sting relief things in there, and these actually expired. I mean, you wouldn't think that they would expire, but they did. They expired in, when did they expire? It looks like 2001. So I've been carrying those around everywhere. And we have some other things that have expired, a little latex glove in case I need it. And you're gonna say, hey, why aren't you getting rid of all this trash? But I'm gonna hang on to this little case a little bit longer. I may kind of put a bunch of stuff, when I mentioned I might consolidate some things, I might kind of go through this and consolidate it. But all of these things that are really old, they're going in the trash. And we may consolidate some of these other medical supplies in there and probably keep that in my car. That's where it used to be. But honestly, I found about 3 of those, if I'm being honest. All right. So now, here's some of the harder parts. And I'm going to tell you, it's hard for a couple of reasons, 2 or 3 reasons. I've mentioned I've had cancer a couple of times. Part of that depends upon how you count cancer. I know that sounds silly, but it does. I've had prostate cancer twice, and I've had skin cancer once. And the skin cancer wasn't really that big a deal. I did have to have it removed and have a little surgery. It was on my face, and you can't even tell. So that wasn't ever really a health crisis. It was an inconvenience. It was something, it could have become a health crisis, but it never got to that point. But I've had prostate cancer twice. And, you know, when you're having cancer treatment, you have to do a lot of things that you never dreamed you'd have to do. And some of them are very dehumanizing. And so there's that part, it's a little dehumanizing. And so on one hand, I want to avoid it because it brings back those bad memories. It's also embarrassing. Some of the stuff you have to do, you're almost embarrassed that you had to do that. And so that's part of it. And then there's really another part, and that's sort of fear. It's like, if I throw that away, what happens if I get sick again and I need this stuff right away? And there's that sort of fear too. So now that I've given this long explanation, I'm going to show you some of the stuff I'm talking about. I have a fleece enema that, and honestly, I think these do expire. I don't know if this one has expired or not. Yeah, this one expired in 2018. So I'm probably going to see if I can empty that out. I ought to be able to empty it out, and then that's going in the trash. So that was one thing. So here's another thing, and this is, you know, you're going to see that. So if you're a little squeamish or if you don't want to see this stuff, I totally get that. So that's why I want to give you a little bit of a warning. This is a little embarrassing, but that is the way life is sometimes, especially when you're doing cancer. So when I had prostate cancer, because of the cancer was blocking my ability to pee. And it created kind of a health crisis for me. And so I had to be catheterized for quite a while, and they don't really like you to be on a permanent catheter. And so some of this stuff is going to have to do with catheterization. I'm just going to let you know that right now. So here are 2 self catheters that I have left over. And they have been kind of folded up in a box, which short term is probably not a big deal, but long term probably is a big deal. And so those need to be thrown away. And so here's some more stuff that I was sent home with. And these are just like some cloths that I needed for like kind of cleaning up and taking care of things and all that kind of stuff that I just don't need them anymore. I mean, it's kind of hard to let these things go, and so here is a device And see, this is again, it's one of those things, it's like, well, what if I need this again? This was something that where I had to measure, oh wait, this is a different one. This is something where I had to, after my, I had to be able to show lung capacity after my surgery. I had to be able to blow a certain amount to be able to do this, and they had to measure it ever so often. I had to do that. And so this is what that is. And so there's no really reason for me to keep that anymore. And I have a couple of bandage tape things, which I'm probably gonna stick in here. So, you know, it's a combination of embarrassment, it's a combination of fear, and it's all these things together. But you know what? It's you know, it's time to move on and not be afraid. And and there's more of this stuff to come. I'm going to warn you. I've got lots of stuff in that closet that has been. It's been hard to get rid of. It's been hard to do that. So we're going to have more of that stuff. But that is the big thing today. We're emptying this out. We're going to recycle what we can. We're going to throw away what we can't. That ought to be recyclable. It's all plastic. So I think that'll be recyclable. And, oh wait, I forgot about this one. I have another first aid kit that I've had. And some of this stuff we had kind of an emergency when this was going on, and we actually were headed to the hospital or for the ER, and so actually a lot of this stuff, it's probably usable, but it has blood and stuff covered on it, so we're going to get rid of that. So we're going to, again, I'm going to go through some of my other medical stuff and kind of consolidate, so I'll hang on to that. One will probably go in the car, so I have an emergency kit in the car, and one will probably go in the closet. But that is it. We're throwing this stuff away, and it's going to feel much better. So, all right, this was longer than most of them. Sorry about that. I know it was a little bit long. I hope that you all are enjoying these. We are at day 24, so we're almost halfway through. So put in the comments, what you thought about today. If you had to turn it off because you were squeamish, I get that. I totally get it. Or if you just don't want to hear about that kind of stuff, I get that too. But if you're finding this stuff useful, maybe you can share this and maybe even subscribe. You know, I guess I'm wondering, you know, in the comments, are you beginning to notice if we're at day 24 and you've been following along? I'd like to know, are you starting to notice a difference in the stuff that you're cleaning out? And I can tell, obviously there's a lot more to go, but when I go into places, it's like, wow, man, that's really, really different. So anyway, that's it. We're going to wrap it up, and that's day 24. Tomorrow is day 25, and we're at the halfway mark. And I don't know, maybe I'll find something. I'll give it a little bit of thought. Maybe I can find something kind of special for day 25. No promises, but we'll see. All right, have a great day, everybody. And I hopefully will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.